Hi, good people. It's your girl Christina here. I'm coming to you guys today. I'm doing a video. It's an extension, uh, kind of sort of an extension from the last video I done. I did put a clip on Instagram, right? A clip. I'm sorry, a clip of the video, a clip from the entire video. In the clip that I put up there, it was addressing how God is still in control, and I utilized a subject from parenting in our relationship with our children that could be out of control or whatever. And it was interesting to get messages and feedback about that video clip. I appreciate everybody who watched, and I thank God for everybody who got something from it, who was encouraged or blessed by it. And I also appreciate the ones who feel like, our children were born that way and they had nothing to do with it. That's cool. That's your opinion. That's what you feel. However, so, because I feel God blessed me with some experience in this area, because I said all the time I wasn't always saved. So that means that I was in the world heavy. So it's a lot of things that I feel like I can personally give advice and my opinion and experience on, because I've been through that myself. So that's what is encouraging this video, because I want to go into it a little bit more, because quite a few young women had inboxed me, and they was very, very upset about what I said, in my opinion of my experience and what I said. And it's cool. I'm cool with that. They wanted me to address them in this video, which I told them that ain't my flow. I'll just address the video as a whole, and you get from it what you please. And it's just as simple as that. I'm cool with people disagreeing and having their opinions. That's fine. However, I was a young mother. I had both of my children. I was young, very young. I was 16 when I had my son, and then I had my daughter right behind her. I raised them together as twins, for real, because they were back to back. So I raised them as twins. I was an alcoholic. I was drinking. We were in the chain gang. I was drinking all the time. I took care of my kids on one hand, and by that I provided a roof over their head. I kept clothes on their back. They didn't go without eating. I protected them in the physical room, like, don't bother my children, you know what I'm saying. So it was that, I traveled with my children. I exposed them to things that I didn't get exposed to. I was very supportive. It wasn't a doctor's appointment I didn't make. It wasn't a football game, a basketball game I wasn't at. It wasn't things like that. I was like Kobe. I was killing the game. But the flip side of that, where I dropped the ball, it was things like, the disrespect. I was cursed at, so I cursed at them. It was things like the aggressiveness. I was very aggressive, and they witnessed a lot of bad behavior because of my street life demeanor. I brought a lot of toxic people around them. I put them in toxic environments, meaning that I wouldn't really let them just hang out in the hood, but I brought the hood to them, per se. So it was things like that where I dropped the ball. It was altercations and situations that occurred in front of my children, and at the time I didn't know no better. I have drove drunk with my children plenty of times, and the last time I done it, I remember coming from Virginia to DC, and I woke up like, hold up, how we get home? And I remember my daughter was like, Mom, don't worry about it, I was woke, I made sure you didn't crash. And that thing hurt me. That thing hit me hard, and I was like, Joe, what type of mother, who does that? And I was crying, and she didn't understand why. She was like, Mom, we made it home. I'm like, you don't understand, Mom. Saying, I could have killed all of us, man. I could have killed all of us. And things like that, me cursing at them when I'm angry and saying things to them when I'm angry, I didn't know any better. I gave my kids the best that I had. Like I tell I'm a minister to my grandchild mother all the time. On one hand, I was an amazing mother, but then on the other hand, I dropped the ball. And I'm not ashamed to say that, because I'm not who I used to be. So I don't stand to fight anything that's behind me. I don't the old Christina, I ain't got no reason to fight her. If she was who she was, but she ain't who she is today, and that's all that matters to me. And I said that to say because I noticed in the conversation I had with a few of the women that felt that our children just born this way, born disrespectful, born out of control, and born, you know, all that other stuff. I'm like, honey, our children are a reflection of us. I don't care how you want to dress it up. I don't believe that no baby is born addicted to, you know, well, it's some kids that's born their mother was smoking drugs, but my children do exactly what I put around them. My children do they are a product of what I pulled into them, the environment that I had them in. Yes, I grew up in the hood, but when I had children, I could have made a decision. And sometimes we don't know, and I didn't know. That's why I don't beat myself up. If I knew better, I would have done better. Now, if you know better and don't do better, then that makes you a fool. Those are the words that's on the Bible. It definitely makes you a fool. I didn't know no better. Nobody pulled me up and was like, girl, that aggressive is going to cause your children to react this way. Girl, that behavior you displaying in front of them is going to cause them to react this way. Nobody did that for me. And I'm not mad that they didn't, because I'm not who I was anymore. So who cares? It's behind me. That's why I can talk about it. I'm not ashamed of it. You know, I'm like, a lot of what my daughter display is a reflection of me. My daughter is very aggressive. She's very, like, you say something to her, she popping off, honey. And, oh, honey, she get that from me. I can sit here and lie and act like I was always saved. And, oh, I don't know why she act like that. Oh, honey, Montana was right beside me, watching me in action. You know, I didn't have any discipline. Don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect me in front of my children. However, I was disrespecting them to the utmost. I'm just saying. We talk about how we don't understand why these children are like that, good people. They are a reflection of you. If you raised them, and you may have done the best that you can, but now that they out of control, you like, what is wrong with them? You. Real talk. I mean, these babies did not come out the womb being disrespectful. You sit on the phone all day and you talk reckless about people in front of your child. You disrespecting people in front of your child. And you think because she 5, she don't know what day it is. Then she go to school talking like you talking. You up there about to fight the teacher because she disrespectful. You're showing her to fight to be disrespectful. You showing her how to not take responsibility for herself and just blame still fight for your wrong. Oh, I was disrespectful and my mommy came up here and cussed the teacher out because I cussed at the teacher. My mommy cussed the teacher out because I cussed at the teacher. Do you know what you just taught her? Do you know? Well, if you don't know, that's why I'm making this video, honey. So, I mean, what we pour into them now is what we going to see when they become older. That's just facts, honey. You cannot keep telling your son he's bad, he's bad, he's bad, he's bad, he's bad. And then he get old, he got 100 years for knocking a nigga head by. And then you crying, oh my God, what happened to my son? You condone because you live in the hood, honey. If you want better for them, then you begin to try to become better so you can pour better into them. But if you are entertaining the nonsense as well, you cool with your son out here banging and doing his street stuff and all that, you condone it. He come in the house with stolen goods, come in the house blood on his shirt, you ain't saying nothing, you cool with everything. As soon as it goes to the left, you in the uproar. Oh no, honey. I'm telling you, man, everything I done. I don't tolerate no disrespect, and I still don't from my children. They grown, yes they are. My daughter on her own, my son, he taking care of his family and all that. I don't tolerate no disrespect. Never have. I'm like, but then your child raise up and speak to you in the manner that you allow him to speak to other adults, and you wonder why. What's wrong with him? You pulled it into him. And I know it's a hard pill to swallow, but honey, if you want a better outcome, you have to pull better things into him. I had a woman tell me, I don't want my daughter, quite a few of them, I don't want my daughter to be like promiscuous like I was. The problem I had with that because I didn't understand what a was at. I'm sitting there like, okay, was because you still are. Like, she can't be something that you're not teaching her to be. If you in front of your daughter and she watch you be a womanizer, I mean, it watch you deal with multiple men, and you feel like, oh, she don't know what day it is, as long as I keep her in nice clothes, and as long as I do this, you got whorish ways about you. Well, 9 times out of 10, she might be what she been watching the whole time. The whole time. Both of my children are a reflection of me. Chris moved like me in ways, Montana moved like me in ways as well. And a lot of things that we do, a lot of things that we pour to them will give back a negative result. You can't tell your children don't drink and drink in front of them. I never did that anyway. I thought that was crazy. So when they used to come to me, Montana used to run away all the time when she got hot in her pants. And they used to come to me, oh, Montana drinking and Montana smoking. I'm like, I told her well. And they would look at me like I'm crazy. I told her well. Her mother was, I got tatted on my arm, honey. I told her well. She been in the midst of that all her life. As long as I was drinking, she was around it. I never had a house party, like a house party per se, with, but my homeboys, they was in the house, niggas that I trust. It wasn't no trap house type thing. The only people could come in there is niggas that I trust, and we got down. They experienced a lot of things, and now that my daughter is grown and she's displaying what I poured into her, I have to be patient with her. I have to be patient with her because I live in my truth, and my truth is, Christina, you created that. You created that. My son, I have to be patient with him. I'm like, the truth is, Christina, you created that. You created that. My son will be on the game forever. And I used to get so frustrated. But because I live in my truth, it allows me to check myself daily. And I had to say, you know what? This little boy had a game his whole entire life. I mean, I remember he wasn't even practically fresh into one. He had a game. He had a game his entire life. He had a cell phone since he been in kindergarten. And he spoiled is I don't know what. And I'm sitting back like, this Negro gets on my last nerve. And I'm like, Christina, you created that. It's a hard pill to swallow. But if you want to start pouring into new stuff, you have to be truthful with yourself. I remember before I even got saved and cleaned up, I had to sit my children down and have a conversation with them. It wasn't no kumbaya moment where I was like, you know what, I'm just going to fake and pretend like I made a mistake. No, it was from the heart. It was real. Because as a woman, as a mother, I wanted more for my children. And I knew the only way to do that, I had to be what I'm asking them to be. I had to do what I'm asking them to do. I had to, I tell my daughter, you got to pipe down. You can't be popping all. But like, Lord have mercy, where did she get that from? You can't, that was who I was. So I had set them down and I had to apologize to them for where I dropped the ball. And it was emotional for me because I'm like, honestly, if I knew better, I would have done better. I was like, and I really didn't know no better. I didn't. But now that I do, I'm a different mother than I was. It's never too late to replant your tree, replant new seeds and stuff. It's never too late. It's never too late. The hard part is that you have to wait and be patient. You have to wait and be patient because you already instilled bad things that they're comfortable with doing. So now you have to replant and reprogram and have patience. And have patience. And have patience. A lot of patience. A lot of breathing. A lot of Lord, I'm going to need you to hold me today. Because this little girl raised her voice one more time. But I have to be a better example than I was back then. I have to be because I want different from them. I want more out of them. And I'm well aware that they have a journey of their own. I'm not one of those parents, and it's no shots. Just I'm not one of those parents that instill my dreams and goals on my children. I'm open to them exploring their journey because I know what was for me was for me. I can't, because I want them to be successful and I want them to live a fruitful life. And that's what I want from them as whole. But I'm not just in I want you to do this and do that because I feel like that'll make you be something for me. Like it would give you an image for me. I can eat off of you. That ain't how I move. I want my son to be successful in whatever he chooses to do that will make him a fruitful and a better man, hands down. If he wants to, he loves dirt bikes. If he want to be a dirt bike rider, you ride until you be the best dirt bike rider out there, sir. And that's just me. I'm not about to say, no, I don't think you should do that. Because who am I to say what his journey is? Who am I? I don't know what God called him to do. Like, God got something for Chris, just like he got something for Christina and something for Martina. All I want to do is be supportive and encourage and enlighten and give my wisdom where wisdom is needed. If I see that he's just, he's chasing a dead end situation, of course I'm going to step in and say something. But check this. How many times we chased a dead end situation? Real talk. How many times that we did it? But now that we have children, the world must stop because our child make a mistake. All the mistakes I made brought me to this place today. It's not that I'm just gonna sit back and say, "Oh, go on, do your thing" or whatever. But the same time, they have a journey to go on as well. That's why you get in a position where you're wiser. You be open to learning things to become a better parent. Let go of trying to control and dictate people's lives to mold them to please you. You don't know what your child's life's supposed to be. If you drop the ball, you have to be real with yourself. It's okay. Oh my Lord, our parents was on drugs and all, but my mother wasn't on drugs. I will shout her out. She wasn't on drugs though. One time I wanted to lie and tell people she was because I was like, Lord, man, Mom, what is going on around here? But never dealing. If you drop the ball, good people, it's okay. We grew up with a lot of things that we didn't get put inside of us. But now that you're sober, now that you have your mind right, now that you got your life saved, now that age have hit and time have went on, you have calmed down. Some people calm down just because of age or something happened that set them still. So take that time to start renewing your mind. Where did I drop the ball as a parent? And how can I start shooting better shots in that area? So now, even though they're grown, I can still pull positive things into them. Yes, I messed up, but I can fix this. I can reprogram this. I can rebuild this. You can't go back and reread. You can't go back and rewrite something you already done. But you sure can make a better situation now. That's it. You can fight it all day. Honey, your children are a reflection of you. If you left them to someone else to raise them and they're out of control, you still left them. You left them. They didn't leave you. You left them. So you have to fix what somebody else put in them. That's the decision you made as a child. Don't nobody like to get back. It's like losing weight. Oh, it's easy to gain it. It's easy to gain it. It's easy to put it on. But go in that gym, let's get it off. My Lord, it's been times I'm like, Lord, I'm looking at that trainer like, Joe, maybe I should just live my fat life. I'm just about to embrace the fatness. Because it gets so hard. But you're working towards a better thing. You're working to be healthier. You're working to look like you desire to look in your body and all that. So you use that to hold on, to keep fighting. I want to be a better parent, so I'm going to keep pressing to be a better me. And your child won't be your child won't be the promiscuous girl. If you're not, you can fake it. If that's you for real deep down in your heart and you know that's you, your child is going to mimic what they see. If you gossiping and hating and putting out jealousy, there are going to be some little hating, jealous people. That's just it. If you're a father and you're not in your children's life and you want to blame the mama because your little JR turned out to be in the uproar, where were you? Where were you? If you are a womanizer and you know you are a womanizer, if you don't know, honey, Google it. And if it applies to you, bing. You don't want your son you want your son to be better, then you do better. You give him something to exemplify in the future. I look at my daddy, I see my daddy as an honest man. He's a trustworthy man. He's respecting my mother, whether he's with my mother or not. He's showing the utmost respect to women. He's with one woman at a time. And the way he treat her is what your child won't see. It's what your child gonna see. My daughter is not promiscuous. She didn't watch me do that. That wasn't my thing. Now I had my share of some dudes now. You know, it wasn't what I did, it was how I did it. You know, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. My daughter didn't watch multiple men come into my home, so I wasn't work. That was something far from my mind. That the whole lifestyle that she living now, I don't know where she picked it up from, but you know, that's her choice. But she didn't watch her mother nor my son deal with multiple dudes, multiple, like this nigga here, this dude here, this guy here, that wasn't my flow. So I wasn't even sitting back fighting. I don't want my kids to be like, that wasn't even my story. It really wasn't. I was more so, what I was lacking, I was fighting so hard to give them what I didn't have. You know, I traveled with them. I was supportive to them. I poured love into them. But I also poured hate. And I was so busy focused on trying to do that I dropped the ball everywhere else. And I was like, Joe, I dropped the ball on this one, didn't I? But I never saw it until they become to get older. And then they would begin to reflect what I was pouring into them. And then it's starting to make sense. Like, why in the world is this girl acting out of control? And I'm like, oh my God, I was out of control. You know, I was real chill until I get disrespected. Then we got a problem, a serious problem. And my children's witnessed that. My children witnessed things that they shouldn't have witnessed due to their mom. Hands down. They really, really did. And that's just what it was. And I wanted to come by and say that, like, we can duck wreck all day. It doesn't make these children better. If you want your child to be better than what they are now, if you gave birth to them, even if you didn't raise them and now you're back in their life, it's still a decision you made. You can fake and lie all day. Honey, it's okay. Just think, I just want you to take a minute to think about this. If you admit that you dropped the ball and you could have been and should have been or whatever it was, what's going to happen? Nothing bad is going to happen to you. So why hold on to the whole illusion that you was an amazing mother? Like, why hold on to it? You show me one. Everybody's dropped the ball. We're human. Some dropped it worse than others. I'm just saying. A lot of people get frustrated with their parents. I had to tell someone, a young girl that's recently married, I know your mother should be everything that we desire them to be, but the reality is, it just don't work like that. A lot of people had issues. A lot of our parents had issues before we got here. A lot of them had issues before we got here. A lot of them was strung out on some drugs. So, bam, they ain't in their right mind. I'm not giving them a pass, but I'm just saying. They wasn't in their right mind. So it was a lot that they couldn't give us. And if you want to hold that, then if you are a parent now, keep in mind, your younger one going to grow up, and if you drop the ball, then you're going to be starting thinking like, oh, I shouldn't have been holding that too much with mom. Because it's not an easy thing, man. We do a lot of stuff. A lot of us had our children when we were young. So we were still children. A lot of our parents had us when they were young. And some didn't, but they had issues too. And it's not that it's the past, but I mean, of course, it's not our fault that they put it on us. But it's our responsibility to turn it around once we find out that it's wrong. We got children that we just trying to throw to the system because you don't want to deal with him. Honey, you created him. That's not fair to him. You've been strung out on boat all these years. Babies born with boat in their system. Now you done cleaned your life up. Now you done got your life right. You want to toss your babies off to the side. The same patience they had with you when you was high as I don't know what, running the streets, half naked, sleeping with all these men, leaving them alone by themselves, and they stayed and they loved you, and they never stopped loving you as their mother. Now you're sober and you want to toss them to the system. How dare you? How dare you? Yes, I said it. How dare you? Real talk, man. These kids had patience with us when we weren't right. My children loved me unconditionally when I was a fool. I was in the street, man. My babies loved me to death. And I wasn't no good as an alcoholic. I wasn't treating them bad or anything, like leaving them in the care of people, random people, or leaving them around. I was a protector of my children. I wasn't rocking in that boat. And besides, Big Tater was all on my back when it came to babysitting anyway. So I ain't had to be like, oh, my baby over such and such house, somebody touched him. Nope, I wouldn't be doing this video for the federal penitentiary. I promise you I would have been. But I'm just saying, you know, you have to be patient with these children. We messed them up in some way. We dropped the ball in some way. And if you know you have, you just go and sit them down and apologize. This is personal for me right here, this apology thing, because I don't like when people say, whatever I done, I'm sorry. What is that? If you know what you done, speak it. Say it. You say you're a woman and you say you about your business, then be about it with your children. If you know you done this, that, and the third, you tell them, my apologies for when I this and when I that. And you be honest with them. I told my kids, look, I ain't know no better. I had no business with kids, but God saw other kids. I didn't know no better. I really didn't. I ain't know no better. If I would have known better, I promise y'all I would have did better. I promise y'all I would have. But I want to make my wrongs right. I want to make them right. And it ain't going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. I know I'm going to want to punch y'all in the face. That's what I say. I know I'm going to want to. But I'm willing to do what it takes to be a better mother from this moment on out. And I did that. And I did that. Real talk. I did that. In our relationship, we always been cool. Montana always been the one that go astray. But we always been cool. And me and my daughter, we tight. And me and my son, we tight. We all have our own relationship or whatever. But that work, being honest, man, the truth will lighten up the load. The truth will set things free. Some of them don't receive it, may not receive it right then and there because they don't trust you. You broke their heart too many times. They don't believe you. But you have to put in the work to build that relationship back. You can't just expect, well, I apologize and he's still acting crazy. You broke his heart. You broke their trust. They witness you lie to them over and over and disappoint them over and over and mistreat them over and over. So getting back ain't going to be easy. You know, the same energy you put into your relationship. I use that all the time because people do that, honey. Put a lot of energy in relationships, and when it comes to other areas, they say, no, I'm tired, I ain't got it. The same energy you put into that relationship, put it into getting right with them babies, man. You created them babies. They came out of you, man. They deserve that. If you drop the ball, okay, today is the new day. Today is a new day. If you have to have that hard conversation, you do that. You do that for them. You do that for you. And you can become a better mother. If you know better, then do better. If you still have promiscuous ways and you still got whorish activities going on, honey, I'm sorry. Your daughter gonna do what she see. I don't care what school she go to. I don't care what cheerleader squad she on. Oh, my daughter ain't like me yet. Whatever we pull into them is what they gonna display. It's what they gonna pull out. It's just that. It's just what it is, good people. I can't make this stuff up. I really can't. My children are definitely a reflection of who I used to be. But in this day and time, I'm pouring different things into them. I'm being more patient. I'm being more understanding. I have a lot more self-control. You know, it took practice. It took practice, but I was willing to fight and get to this place because I want what's best for them. And I also want what's best for me. And I know the best example of a woman to my daughter would be me. The best example of a woman to my son would be me. It would be me. I can tell you all day, oh, this and that and third. Oh, no, I don't know. They picked it up from their father. Yes, my daughter have a lot of things from her father. They picked up a lot of stuff that they witnessed their fathers do as well. However, I was there majority of the time. I was there 98% of the time, so I was to blame. I was to blame for every person I had around them, for everything I allowed to occur around them. I was to blame. We have to take accountability for our actions. I don't know why they did this. I don't know why they doing this. It's you. He's acting out of control. Yeah, if you've been feeding him and spoiling him and giving him all this stuff all his life and you've been enabling him, you have took his voice. And now that you got you a boo thing and he's saying something about your son, why he act like this, why he ain't this and why he ain't that, and now you trying to push him away and you fighting him, but you created him that way. You done took him and kept him away from being a kid because you were afraid. Your fears you put on him. So you just going to keep him home and take his voice. and spoiled him to death. And now that you got a boo, you want to push him over there to the wolves. How dare you? How dare you? You created that. You don't understand why he can't get it together? You never allowed him to. You were covering him. You took his voice. How dare you? You don't want to put in the work to get it back right. You don't want to put in the work to turn it around. But you're willing to put in the work for that mate, though. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. That's your son. That's your daughter. You created that. You have to be patient. Be real. Whatever you pour into them is what they're going to display when it's time to get down. If they watch you be disrespectful, they're going to be disrespectful. If you are sneaky and deceitful, oh, honey, you may think they on the road and they this and that. Yeah, but what's in the back door? What's in the kitchen? If you're deceitful and sneaky, oh, they're going to be deceitful and sneaky as well. Sorry to tell you. They just may display it in a better way. You know, technology, these kids, they're a little bit more sharper sometimes, depending on who the child is. But yeah. So you could look at it and dress it up any way you like. It's your choice. I'm not mad at you, pimping. However, if you drop the ball in your children's lives and you poured into them in negative ways, and now you trying to get the system to figure out a way to raise them, I'm just saying, we have some cleaning up to do. I watched on social media today how people gave their opinion. I like to see opinions on like on topics and just seeing what people's mindset at. And they were talking about how a little boy, it was a fight between two little boys, and a lot of people had an opinion. And it was funny. I watched some people that I know giving advice on, you know, what somebody mother should do, and this woman this and this woman that. But the second somebody come knocking at your door, telling you what you should do, my, how the tables have turned. Oh, I'm an amazing mother. I do this, I do that. My daughter this, my son this, my daughter this, my son that. Then all day, one day, everything you pulled in them pop up. Bam, all that change. We go into hiding then, don't we? No more talking about other people on social media, what they need to do with their kids. I watch women tear other women down, man. I ain't ever been a part of that. Ever. Sober, drunk, in the streets, none of that, man. If I put my mouth on it, I put my hands in it. Any woman that knows me, who been around me, know me for that. I'm not going to tell you what you should do with your child if I'm not willing to help you do it. I was with a woman who was treating her son in a bad way. I didn't tweet about it. I just showed her a better way to do it. It didn't make me no better to say that. I was dropping the ball too. So I'm going to talk about how she sell her food stamps. Why would I do that? You know, people have issues, man. People have stuff that they haven't been taught. I had a grown woman who didn't know how to. Who am I to say she anything? Who am I to get on social media to talk about how anything she is? But you know what? I made a video about that too, good people. It just shows us who you really are and what you showing your children. Real talk. If you gonna put your mouth on it, then do something about it. Put your hands in it. How about that? She don't feed them kids. She smoke dippers all day. So if she's smoking dippers all day, do you honestly think she in her right mind? I'm just saying. Because you smoke weed and you feel like you and yours. But you will see where that weed trail take you, honey. Because you smoke and you can work and you can function, and she's smoking something that takes her out her mind. And you know her baby's in the house. But you tweeting about it, mother. You tweeting about it. You ain't gonna knock on the door and tell her, hey, bring them over here. I ain't gonna make her load light, but you want somebody to make yours light. How dare you? I'm just saying. You gonna tweet about it. You gonna talk about it. Put your hands in it. I dare you. I challenge you to put your hands in it. Put your hands in it. And then when this child grow up, somebody's pouring something into her besides what she witnessed to her mother. and she don't have to mimic what she see because somebody was pouring something else into her. But no, we don't tweet about it. Let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about it. Meanwhile, while them babies sitting there starving. Okay, her mother's on boat. One day she'll get it together, just like you did. One day she'll get it together, just like I did. Boat wasn't my choice, but I still was out there. Just because I fed my children didn't make me no better. I still was dropping the ball somewhere. Real talk. It's our responsibility. It's our duty. It's our job. We have the children. We lay down and do it, but we don't want to do it. We don't want to put in the work. If you don't know no better, I get it. But here's the video for you good people. If someone is pouring into your life and you're fighting them, think about what they're saying. Is it beneficial to you and your children or them? I have people who fight. They don't want to hear nothing productive. I'm cool with that too. And I say, the information that I'm giving you, is it beneficial to me or is it beneficial to you and your child? When you figure that out, just tweet me. I say tweet for texting. I don't know why it comes off that way. But when I say tweet, I really mean texting or something like that. Sometimes, I just be like, tweet me, but I'm really made to text me. But yeah, so it's just so much to this whole parenting thing. But if you know you dropped the ball, good people, I just wanted to come and make this video to address more of what I was talking about in my last video. Our children are a reflection of us. If you're a mother and you know you dropped the ball, you have to be patient with these children, man. The same way God been patient with us, we have to be patient. You have to. You created that monster, so you're going to have to reprogram that monster. It ain't going to be easy, but it's your baby. If you want what's best for them, you'll do it. You'll do it. Think about the energy you put in chasing those niggas. I'm trying to stop saying that word, but y'all know what I'm saying. Whatever. Think about the energy you put into him. Put that into reprogramming your baby. It's not going to be easy, but you got to be real with yourself. And if a conversation need to be had, I encourage you to have one. If you open to hear what their issues are, some of them may shut down and be like, I'm good. You can't be good displaying this activity. Then you go on to be real and let them know where you came from and how you are very apologetic and wanting to move forward. Real talk. So I just wanted to say that. And if you're a mother who knows mother who dropped the ball, if you're not helping her, if you ain't helping that situation, keep your mouth off of it. Real talk. If you going to put your mouth in it, put your hands in it too. Real talk, man. I don't care about her being anything and smoking boat or nothing. Them kids ain't asked to be here, man. Real talk. I mean, if you want to tweet about it, then do something about it. Go help her. Offer her some help. If she don't take it, then you continue to help the children in any way you can. You be the light in their life so that they won't see that darkness all the time. They'll know that it's a way out and it don't have to be that way. Real talk, man. God bless y'all, good people. I'm about to go take me some more NyQuil and lay back down. But God bless y'all, good people. Until the next time. Peace.